We are now flying along, we're doing 9 knots.
Land ho! Things have escalated really quickly.
Sick of it. Mozambique has taken so much out of us.
The time is ticking, the miles are not ticking down.
Outside the sheltered waters of Inhambane Bay, we were in the open ocean once again, dealing with the remnants of the weather system that just passed. We had 380 miles of open ocean ahead of us, the final leg of our journey to Richards Bay. Our biggest challenge was the time constraint. We only had 60 hours to cover this distance. With nowhere to hide when the southerly wind arrives, this was going to be a race against time.
Morning, the sun is rising just behind me and we've got about 260 miles to go to Richards Bay. It's been a very uneventful night with no wind. Like we literally have 5-6 knots on our back all the way there. Head sails don't squat. So we're just running the engines, gunning the engines to maintain 6 knots average, which will hopefully put us a little bit ahead of the southerly front coming to Richards Bay. Yeah, not much is happening. Captain is asleep. Gonna go make myself coffee and watch the sun rising. Adios.
We are on the hunt for the current, cannot find the current. We cannot find wind. We found fish. We're tired, once again, knackered, had enough. Oh shit, the size of this bloody site. The waves, I don't know how or why, but we've got this strange sea state with no wind. It's like heaps of wind waves and whoa.
So we had no choice but to keep motoring. Lucky we had plenty of diesel. Now we just had to make sure that the engines were running.
Pump belt completely snapped. Again, I have to remove the fan belts, then remove the whole water pump and try and change the belts. But there's a nut sticking out, I can't feed the belt through that nut. And that nut we're trying to loosen actually holds the bracket into place to tension it. Sick of it. Hate Mozambique channel, hate it.
In the meantime, we can only run one engine and there's still no wind, so we are falling behind now. The time is ticking, the miles are not ticking down. The sooner we fix it, the faster we'll get there.
2 hours later, the problem was finally solved, and we managed to fire up the engine.
Okay, what's next?
No more. Shit, honey. Mozambique has taken so much out of us. And not only is Jenya an exceptional sailor, exceptional navigator, but she's also good as a grease monkey in the engines, aren't you, Jen?
Find the broken belt in the bolt.
Keep the bolt, throw the belt. So yes, as a teamwork, that Jenya and I work really well together. It's very important in a marriage, relationship, friendship, and especially when you're sailing together. Very important, isn't it, Jen? Very important to work as a team.
Our little team of 2 continued on and into our second night of this passage.
Things have escalated really quickly. From no wind and motoring, we went to 30 knots of wind. No motoring, we're going really fast, like 10 knots. It is a bit scary though, and the sea is building up quick. We were racing to beat the Southerlies because the Southerly is arriving in Richards Bay in less than 24 hours. So Sorry, that was just a bit of a typo. Richard, can you steer straight? What are you doing?
Doing the best I can.
We're racing against the Southerlies, which is going to arrive in Richards Bay in less than 24 hours, and by that time we want to be behind the breakwater. At this pace we will be behind the breakwater. Bloody hell. Sorry, I'm just a little bit shaken. It built up so quick from literally nowhere. I went for a nap and then I woke up to like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, we don't have much of a head sail left and no mainsail, just a bit of a head sail. So flying. It is now. I can't film the waves because it's dark, but we do have a bit of a moon so we can see what's happening. I wish we didn't. I really hope that's our final night on the water, and tomorrow we're going to be sitting in the marina. Alright, well, we'll see you guys in the morning. It wasn't a very pleasant night. The wind has peaked at 30 odd knots and then dropped off towards morning. But the swell is still pretty much there, so we have swell coming from two directions at us. And we're actually running the engines just trying to get some pace, otherwise we're just dead in the water with all the swell.
And we're still trying to find this goddamn current.
No, if anybody knows where Gula's current is, please, please send us the coordinates because we seem to be against it all the time.
Yes, try and, you know what, help us find the Mozambique current and the Gula's current. Because we've been searching, we've wasted at least half a day trying to find this stupid thing just to get another 2 or 3 knots, and we've not found it.
It's a very elusive current.
It's elusive current, yeah.
So we are now across the border from Mozambique, we're in South African waters. We're about 20 miles from the coast still, so can't see the coastline, but we're very much looking forward to it. Land ho! Land! I never thought I would be so happy to see South Africa. But here we are. Woo! Woo!
That's been a long journey.
It has 90 miles to go. We've done about 1,600 miles already, I think, from Dar es Salaam.
Okay, a bit windy.
Indeed, the wind picked up again, and we were flying along. Not only that, we also finally found this elusive current.
We found a current, but it's not the Mozambique currents. We have found the Agulhas currents. The Agulhas current runs all the way from here way down the South African coastline. Now the Agulhas current runs between 100 metres and 500 metres down the contour line. 100 metres to 500 metres in depth. About 10 miles offshore, yes. Now if it starts to get a little bit hairy, we can go in to about 100 metre mark and below, and we're safe. We get out of the current. Now we're doing that in anticipation of the Southerlies is coming up tonight. So we are now flying along, we're doing 9 knots in the current with just a head sail up and a light breeze behind us of 15 knots. And we're loving it. So we might be making it to Richards Bay tonight. Very good.
This coast is notorious for rapid weather changes, and unfortunately our excitement was premature. The blue sky soon disappeared, giving way to an eerie-looking cloud formation.